Let's see how she's ready for the spring. Oh, that's pretty bad. And filter's looking pretty bad. The pre-filter and the filter. Sounded like it was running pretty decent. Got the plugs, they've been in there a while. You can see the rust on the top. So the fuel filter's pretty old. Discolored anyway. Fuel lines are still flexible. Oil filters are really hard to tell if you don't have an hour marking on them. Let's go ahead and give this thing a tune-up while we're at it. For a filtered engine, that oil's somewhat dirty. Generally, the filtered oil tends to run a lot cleaner. Let's get the oil changed on it. Here's my oil drain right down here. And oil filter. I'm guessing I have to take a hose and attach it to the end here, or else I'm going to have oil running all over the place. So let me see if I've got a hose that fits that so I can run the oil drain down to a pan underneath it. So what I had to do was take a larger hose, larger diameter hose, this clear one right here, and feed another hose with a small diameter into it, which is this red hose. And then I have a little clamp just as basically a weight to hold it down. I'll loosen up the 10mm bolt. Turn it about 3 or 4 turns out, something like that. Pull up the dipstick tube just to allow air in. Usually makes oil come out a little bit quicker. And there she goes, finally draining some. That's going to be a long time. So let's go ahead and get the spark plugs and the fuel filter while we're waiting on this oil. Original plugs are 5/8. Running a little bit lean. A lot of these newer engines do, but that spark plug pretty rusty. And let's check the gap on these new plugs. Right at 30 thousandths. And now it's right at 30 thousandths. I like to use a little bit of anti-seize, which gets on everything, by the way. Just a little bit on the threads. It'll find its way to the rest of them. Let's put a little bit of dielectric grease on the end of those. Help with some of that rust we saw. So fuel filters have an arrow on them. I don't know if you can see it. The arrow is facing this way. So if you think about it, the fuel is coming from the tank this way out to the carburetor on this side. So carburetor side over here, all the way down until it bottoms out. Clamp back. There could be residual fuel coming out of here, so it's always better to put it back inside your catch pan. Slide the clamps back up. Your hose clamps. Lubricate the new pre-filter, which is designed to catch dust and dirt before it gets to the main air filter. It's also designed to be able to be removed and cleaned. Wraps right around the filter element. It should fit snugly on top of the air cleaner housing. Attempt to catch as much of this oil as possible. Fresh out of pig mats. So the old laundry's going to have to do. The oil gasket stuck to it. Always make sure you look for that oil gasket. Let's clean up the surface. My silver pin is missing, so I put a piece of tape on there with the hours written on it, so we know he did it last. Lubricate the O-ring before you put it on. Just hand tight's all you need. Get rid of any fingerprints. Oil capacity, Kohler, 26 horsepower, 7000 series. Shows 2 quarts. Alright, so we're going to tighten this valve back up. I'm going to let that hose continue to drain for a little bit. Just make sure it's completely empty. 2 quarts of oil drained into here. Well, the funnel's draining. Let's get this hose attached off of here. Dipstick back in, refasten the fuel line, start it up, let it fill up the oil filter, and let it run for about 20 seconds or so. Shut it off and we'll check the oil. white. And I'm right at the full mark. 2 quarts of oil. Perfect. Don't forget my wrench. Make sure there's no fresh oil leaks. Get rid of any droplets of oil, as well just attract dirt. And you're good to go. I've already checked the air pressure in the tires. They're set, 18 pounds each. We sharpened the blades. We changed the oils, changed the spark plugs, cleaned and changed the air filter. Went through, cleaned out any kind of grass, loose grass, debris, things like that. Before I send it on its way, I'm going to give it a quick power wash just to get everything cleaned off of it. But that's pretty much it. I didn't find any grease fittings on this mower yet. Once I get the covers off to power wash it, I'll check the spindles and make sure that they don't have a grease fitting that I'm missing. That's pretty much it. It runs really good. If you guys learned anything from this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out with me for the day.